Hey, hi everyone. How are you guys doing today? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So, Diksha, meanwhile, people are joining. Can we run across the agenda of the session? What do you think?
Oh, sure, definitely. Let's move ahead towards today's agenda.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me just move to the slide for agenda. Okay, I think, Diksha, I'm so sorry. I think before agenda, we have riddles planned for everyone. And I think riddles are going to supercharge everyone before we actually jump into the main session. So let me just check with everyone. How many of you are ready for the riddles? It is our one of our tradition. It's one of our tradition that we go over riddles. Can anyone tell me like why do we do riddles always in such sessions? Anyone has any idea about it that we do riddles? Why do we do these riddles? Diksha, what do you think? Why do we do these riddles?
Well, in every webinar, it's very important to bring these certain riddles because, to have a small warm-up session so that everyone should enjoy it. Oh, definitely. See, a lot of people are answering in the chat box of warm-up, so everyone knows about it.
Yeah, you know what happened, Diksha, when we started with such open house sessions, last year. So some people used to tell me that, Naman, I was actually sleeping during the webinar, and I felt really bad. We really prepare a lot of slides, we invite a lot of people, and there are some people sleeping in the session. So just to wake everyone up, we keep these riddles to play with the minds and see who answers right. So let's see how many of you are ready or how many of you are still sleeping. So let's see how many of you respond in the chat. Are you guys ready for the riddles? Let's see who responds, and let's see who is still sleeping or driving the car. Okay, I see only 5, 6 responses. What about others, everyone? Okay, we have some familiar names. We have Walter, Juliana, Schaffner, Aziz. Okay, what about others? Michael, why are you not responding, man? We have Lakshmi, Lendre. Guys, everyone has to participate, everyone, because honestly, we have a session which is actually planned for all of you, which is going to give you a very good insight. And trust me, we have someone as a guest today to inspire us as usual. So definitely, I'm so sorry, Diksha, I'm talking about agenda, but yes, Diksha is going to share the agenda, but I just want to check like how many of you are ready today. Amazing. So we see a lot of responses. So people, I'm assuming if you are not responding in the chat, you guys are still sleeping.
Yes, everyone. We would really encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, and feel free to drop your queries in the chat box. We want everyone should participate so that, for the encourage and to increase that enthusiasm being in the webinar.
Okay, so the first riddle for everyone, it's a certifications riddle, and let's see who answers the most appropriate answer. Let's see that who answers right. So I am known for the cloud where services reside. From storage to servers, I help you decide. My certification is the path to mastery. In AWS, what's my name? Can you guess me? Let's see how many of you can answer this. Right now, we are 100 people on this Zoom. Let's see how many of you respond with the right answer. So here we are checking the certification. Let us know which certification is this. Anyone, any smart guy or a lady who can answer this question. Which is that certification which help you master AWS? I think I have given the hint to all of you already. Which is that certification? Can anyone tell me what is that certification name? What is that certification name which help you master AWS from storage to servers? Okay, what about others? No one. Guys, still coming. The responses are coming very slow. It has to be very fast. Okay, so just to disappoint some of you, it's not practitioner. Practitioner, no. We don't consider practitioner as a certificate at all, because that's too basic. The world is demanding for a certificate which is more hands-on. Which is that certification, guys, under AWS? Anyone? Any more guesses before I reveal it? Any more guesses? Okay. Some of you are answering right. Anyone? Anyone else? Okay. So the answer is AWS Solution Architect Associate. So congratulations everyone who answered it correctly. The answer is AWS Solution Architect Associate because we are talking about mastery, we are not talking about basics. So when it comes to solution architect, I know some of the students who are learning AWS with us, you might know how many labs we do. There are almost 20 labs what we do as part of solution architect, which helps you to master it. Okay, the next certification for cybersecurity, guys. I think so. I focus on security, keeping networks tied with policies and protection. I stay out of sight. Earning this certification puts you into command of securing devices across the land and in the ocean as well. Which certification is this band? Can anyone tell me? We're talking about security, we're talking about networks, policies, and protection. We're talking about securing devices across the land. Let's see who answers correct. I think from next time we're going to be keeping some gifts or something like that so that people can answer it. And let's see who can answer it correctly. So guys, we're talking about, okay. So just to give you a hint, it's a cybersecurity certification for sure. So and yeah, and let's see. But this is not the advanced one. This is just a basic one where we talk about security, network policies, and protection. No one, guys, what happened, everyone? Okay, okay. So the right answer is CompTIA Security Plus because it talks about network, it talks about securing protection, it talks about policies, right? So CompTIA Security Plus is the right certification. I'm hoping that everyone who is actually learning cybersecurity or building skills on cybersecurity, you should be familiar with Security Plus. That's one of the most important one. Do we have any cybersecurity guys here? Can I see some yeses from cybersecurity people who are actually going through cybersecurity with us? Amazing, amazing, awesome. Okay, the next one, which is interesting, to understand networks from LAN to WAN, I'll teach you routing, a solid plan. With switches and cables, I make data flow. What certification helps these skills grow? So what do you think, guys? To understand networks from LAN to WAN, I'll teach you routing, a solid plan. With switches and cable, I make data flow. Which is that one? We're not talking about security at all over here. I think we're focusing more on networking. So which is that certification, which is one of the most important certification for people who wants to get into network or who want to master network. Okay. So when we talk about LAN WAN, we talk about routing, we talk about switches and cables. It is the CCNA, Cisco Certified CCNA. It's a certification from Cisco. Cisco is the one of the most important organization of the world from where the network starts. Okay. So CCNA is actually one of the most important one. It is recommended for all the students who are attending the cybersecurity or networking. CCNA is a must certification to have. Okay. So which certification am I with security and risk always on my mind? I look for flows that others can't find. My certification is for those who audit IT, keeping data secure is the key. So which certificate is all about like, you have to find out the flaws, the vulnerabilities. So Lois, we are talking about the certification. So you have to give us the name of the certification. Which certification talks about risk? Which certification talks about security or auditing IT? And which keeps your data secure at the same time? So, I mean, we're talking about security, we're talking about auditing, we're talking about vulnerabilities. Which certification is this? Okay, amazing. This is CISA. Amazing, everyone. I think most of you were correct. Certified Information Systems Auditor. It's from ISACA certification. It's one of the most important certification to have. People who are learning IT auditing with us, you guys have to pay attention to CISA. It's really one of the most important one. Okay. I think this is the last one, and let's see who answers this correct. Which certification am I? I plan projects from start to end. monitoring timelines, cost, and trends. With agile, waterfall, or hybrid inside, I manage teams to do it right. Which certification gives me this might? Let's see who answers this correct. Guys, we need your answers now. Back to back answers we need. Just to confuse you. Can I confuse you a bit? So it talks about agile. I know some people will get confused. So people who are answering PMP or people who are answering safe, can you guys, are you guys sure that your answer is right? Or people who are answering Scrum Master, business analyst, like what do you think, guys? We're talking about agile, managing the project at the same time. We're monitoring timelines and cost. Oh my God. Now I see different answers. I think this is the most challenging one. Are you sure, guys? The answer, what you're answering, is it correct? We're talking about agile, waterfall, hybrid. We are talking about timelines, cost. Okay. I know it's too confusing. It's PMP. So the guys who have answered PMP, you guys are absolutely right. Definitely. You can ask me a question that how agile is part of PMP? Yes. If you look at the latest PMBOK, you will find out that agile, the modules are considered as part of PMP because you talk about managing project, you're talking about timelines, cost, and you're talking about managing teams. So everyone is encompasses with the help of PMP certification. So do we have any PMP certified over here, like who is already PMP certified? Anyone in the chat who is PMP certified here? No one? Okay, so yes, great. So anyone who wants to get into management, please plan your PMP ASAP. PMP is about to go offline, so plan it ASAP to have it. It's going to be really helpful if you get your PMP because that's the industry wants. Okay, over to you, Diksha. I'm done. I am hoping that everyone is awake now. Everyone is ready for the next part. Over to you.
All right, so I guess everyone has warmed up totally. So before coming towards the agenda, I guess some new joinees have also joined. So we would like to give a small introduction based on today's webinar session that was the topic, the one which is based on in today's webinar session. So welcome to the new joinees here and obviously to the audience here. So welcome to today's webinar on 5 strategies to master IT jobs. So in today's fast-paced world of information technology, mastering your role isn't just about knowing the technical details. It's about balancing a combination of skills that will help you to stay agile, effective, and ahead of the competition. So this webinar is designed to provide actionable strategies that will not only help you to excel in your current role, but also set you up for long-term success. Whether you're just starting out in your IT career or you're a seasoned professional looking for a refresh, these 5 essential tactics will empower you to master your job. So now let's come towards the agenda. So in today's webinar session, we're going to talk about the success path, that how you can achieve your goal. And then we're going to welcome our guest, who will be definitely sharing their valuable insights, and he's going to talk about his journey, that how he has achieved his path in IT. And then we'll be coming towards the main topic in which we're going to let you know about the 5 strategies to master an IT job. And then we have really great offers and surprises for you in the upcoming quiz session. And at last, we're going to talk about the certification and the Q&A session in end.
Amazing. Thank you, Diksha, for letting us know. Okay, so let me introduce Think Loudly with all of you. When we talk about Think Loudly, we never talk about Think Loudly that it is just a learning center. It is much more than that. It helps our students prepare for the job directly, and that is why we are so confident that if you follow our job-oriented programs, you will be able to complete and get your job in IT if you're coming from a non-IT background. We are a team of 140 industry experts. I think we started with one, and now I'm so proud of it that we are at 140 experts at Think Loudly. That is why you must have seen that many people who come and train all of you guys in a group of a very small number of people in one group. We do regular reminders. I'm sure that some of you must be a little bit of face that thing that, our colleagues are calling you to invite you in the class, but we think that consistency is the key, and that is why we want everyone to join every session. And then we do resume building, LinkedIn profile, prepare you for the interview, and much more than that. And just to tell you, all of you, that we have designed almost 46 different projects, which are divided across all the programs what we have created at Thinkcloudly. All the programs have been designed by the experts of Thinkcloudly, where we have complete program on AWS, DevOps, cybersecurity, IT auditing, project management, data analytics, artificial intelligence. So all these programs are designed by the experts at Thinkcloudly. Today, I can say one thing, that we offer over 32 different programs, and all these programs content have been designed by industry experts. And we update our designed curriculum every 3 months, because we have to run with the technology, with the pace of the industry which comes in IT. So anyone who is interested to join Thinkcloudly as a student, we always welcome you, and explore our projects, classes, and other services what we offer to make you successful in the job. Okay, so we have our guest here. Let me just check it. Okay, so over to you, Diksha. Let's welcome our guest today.
Okay, so it's my great pleasure to welcome Mr. Okiki to our webinar today. He's a highly respected DevOps engineer with a wealth of experience in DevOps, and I'm confident that his expertise will provide you with valuable perspectives and actionable knowledge. So everyone, please welcome Mr. Okiki.
Hey, hi, Okiki. Welcome to this session. Are you here with
To
us?
this session. Are you here with us? Yes. Hi, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
you're audible. All right. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Okiki.
Hey, Okiki, thank you
Hey,
so much for
Okiki,
joining.
thank you
My
for
voice is
joining.
actually echoing.
My voice is
Is it
actually
echoing for
echoing.
everyone?
Is it echoing for everyone? No, I can hear myself. So I probably. Is it still echoing?
No, I think we can
No,
hear
I
you
think.
clearly. Go ahead. You can just talk about your journey with all the students, that, how you have the transformed journey. How was the journey after job? Like, once you got the job, if you can just talk about a little bit about your journey, that will be really appreciated. And thank you so much, Okiki, for joining this session. So if you can just
Yeah.
talk about it, it will be helpful.
Okay, so let me just keep it, straightforward. My name is Okiki, and I've been in the, IT for about 6 to 7 years now. And I started off as an Oracle database administrator, as well as Postgres. Over time, I eventually realized, the importance of cloud, technology, and how the IT world is actually moving. So I decided to move into cloud and, get to learn a little bit and, have a little bit of understanding about cloud itself. I did some courses, here and there, but at that point in time, I wasn't too serious with it. So, I was able to, based on my experience, and, I was able to land a job and, got my certification, got everything, and moved into IT per se. And I've worked, as, cloud engineer, currently working as, as an Amazon Connect specialist.
I think he's not audible now. Oh, he just disconnected, Diksha. So guys, just to give you a background about Okiki, yes, Okiki comes with a little bit background about IT, but he transformed his career into AWS cloud and DevOps engineering role, where when he basically got hired, he was working on a technology called AWS Connect, and then he moved into a role of AWS Connect specialist, which is actually part of AWS cloud. So that is his expertise, that he created that expertise, though he come from a background of Oracle DBA, which is which is now old technology. It is not quite popular technology, but then he transformed his career into AWS Connect, and he started working into AWS, AWS domain, where he was taking care of a lot of AWS services, like all the solution architect services, which we all know. So he is quite an expert now because he has spent a lot of time on on learning and building those skills. So that is what he wanted to say. I'm so sorry. I think there is some network connection, but he definitely, if we see him again joining, we will let him speak again. So I think, Diksha, we can move forward with the session because I think Okiki has some network issues right now.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Okay, great. So, okay. So this is for everyone. What if your IT career give you more than just a paycheck? That is something what is important for all of us. We always talk about that you certainly make six figures of salary, but you also get a chance to work from anywhere. It's your choice if you want to work from home or if you want to work from any place. Sometimes people go back to their home country, work from there, and certainly the women, who are basically taking care of kids, sometimes it becomes too difficult to manage kids and at the same time to manage the job because you have to travel far. You stay out of the city, you have to go back to work, so it becomes quite difficult. But the comfort level comes when you basically work in IT, the what flexibility it provides you, and it helps you to achieve the perfect work life balance. Sometimes we have seen a lot of problems comes when there is no work life balance. We spend too much of time in traveling to our workplace, or we see a lot of other problems where we don't see any growth in our current role. I was talking to one of the lady. She works in the bank in United States, but she said, I'm not seeing any growth anymore, so I want to move to IT. So that is where we have seen that IT gives you an unstoppable career growth. So if you join as analyst, you get promoted as senior analyst, then you get promoted again as team lead, and then manager, and then you keep growing until you actually become someone important in the organization. So all these benefits actually comes not just with your paycheck, but it's also it paycheck is just one factor, but also a lot of other things, a lot of life transformation happens. The students who have joined us in the past, you must have heard from them that how it has really impacted, or you can say in a good way, it has impacted their life to achieve work-life balance. And that's something what IT gives you. So let's explore some of the strategies, which are quite common strategies for all of you. But let me ask you that if you really want to get ready for your IT job, so what do you think? What is that one important thing you need to focus on? Can anyone tell me, or can everyone tell me, what is that one important thing you should focus on when it comes to master an IT job? What do you think, everyone? Is it your skills or your connections? What is that one thing which all of you have to master when it comes to, you know, mastering your IT job? So I'm seeing a lot of people answering skills. What else? Do you really think that landing an IT job is going to be a very straightforward path? How many of you think that landing a job in IT is a very straightforward path, that you attend a learning program and you are done? Now you will land a job. How many of you think it's a straightforward path that you just attend a 3 months training and you are done? No, guys. I think that is quite a traditional way, which is not working anymore. So definitely your skills are important, but the question is for everyone over here, is the skill only one thing which you need to focus on? Is that only one thing what you need to focus on? I just need the answer in yes or no. So do you think that only skill can really land you a job of six figures? Only skill can land you a job of where you can have a work-life balance? No, right? So that is why we are here today. I know that some of you are actually some of you are actually coming from a different background, and whenever you talk to some people, they will always say, hey, build your skills, but there are some more things what you need to do, right? So that is why we need to definitely first find out. Okiki, I know you are here. Guys, just give me 1 second. Let us can we just let Okiki complete first before we start to the session? Is everyone okay if Okiki can complete? Okay. Yeah, Okiki, you can speak for the people who want to listen to you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. There was a network glitch, I think.
I think it was a network issue. Sorry for that. So, yeah. So let me quickly conclude so that the class can continue. So basically, I was saying my experience so far and joining Thinkcloudly, I think I've been able to actually get help from Thinkcloudly as well on my role, because sometimes, due to the nature of, as an engineer, sometimes you need a second opinion, you need help while you're working. So with Thinkcloudly, I've been able to get a job support whereby, I have someone an engineer that's experienced as well, that actually, help while, I'm working. And I am also actually learning a new skill within Cloudy at the moment. I'm back to learning, trying to add to my skills. So but one thing that actually stood out to me compared to my previous experience has actually been in a personalized approach to teaching. Previously, the experience I've had when I was when I first started my IT career, you are in a class, and the class of like 300 people, 250 people, 100 people, and the rate at which you study or you learn is not the same as others. So you sometimes get discouraged over time, or sometimes you lose concentration. And when it comes to IT, it's very important to actually understand the basics. And once you understand the basics, building from there, it becomes really easy, because whatever you learn at the beginning, you actually need it, or you make use of it over time. So for me, coming to class and having like a one-on-one interaction with my tutor, it makes it easy for me to learn again, try to communicate and ask questions at my pace. And my teacher actually, spend time to for me to actually do hands-on, correct my errors, give me assignments, and I come back to do it. And it's not like I'm loaded with a lot of information at once. It's felt like I'm actually in a stand-up meeting every day. So for me, it's a 1 hour section, get on the call with my tutor, and we go over whatever we need to go over that same day. And it felt like I'm actually attending my stand up on every morning. Felt like I'm actually working, while I'm doing something. So, and the project I've been exposed to as well, has been great. So for me, based on my experience with work, with learning, with other areas, I believe Think Cloud is actually the next, the best way is, to actually go. Not only, they're also going to help with certification. I don't think I mentioned that as well. So while you're actually, trying to get your certification, they're going to help you get it. So, which is 100% guaranteed as well if you need to do that. And, and also, one thing that most people don't pay attention to is your CV, because at the end of the day, aside from actually building a CV, you need to actually understand what you have in your CV, so that wherever the question arises, you can actually speak to what you have on your CV, and they coach you on how to actually also attend interviews. So once you start getting interviews, you actually get to get coached. You tell you how to talk, how to speak, because you know one thing about IT is that you are competing with a lot of people, and the better you are, the easier it is for you to actually land the job. So, and one thing I really want to round up with right now is consistency. Regardless of how well you do it, IT would require consistency. The more you learn, the more you practice, the more you do it, the more you talk, the easier it becomes, because it becomes a second nature to you. So I'm very much happy with them. I try as much as possible to connect my friends, with Think Cloudy, even those that are on the job or those that are not actually on IT, there's always somebody that's gonna help you to actually grow. So, and they are not gonna help you and teach you and leave you dry. They teach you and prepare you to actually land your own job as well. So, but one thing is, be consistent. That's all that matters. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate,
Thank you
this
so much.
opportunity to speak to.
Thank you so much, Okiki, on behalf of the every audience who is listening to you. But you know what? Everyone has that one doubt, because people come from a non-IT background. You were quite lucky that you started with Oracle DBA, but some of the people they come from some of the students they come from a different background. So, do you think that is it impossible to get into IT, as per your own experience, or is just a time-taking process that people if they put efforts they will be able to land a job? What is your thought about it?
Yeah, regarding that, for me myself, I started as I don't have an IT background. I have a bachelor's degree in real estate, which is estate management, from my country. And as before I actually came into IT, I know nothing about IT. Like I had the only closest thing I did was when in university, when we did some courses, probably when I was in my first or second year. So that was the closest thing I actually got to IT, and it felt so difficult at that particular point in time. But over the years, IT is so easy that whatever you can say or how you can present yourself, that's all that matters. Nobody looks about, oh, if you have a background or not. It's all about what you can do and how you can talk about what you can do. So, it's just, the way it is. And I believe you guys at Thinkcloudly, you have every tool and every experience to actually help them to pursue whatever they need to pursue or whatever choice they make in the areas of IT that they want to go to. So, for me, you do not, don't let you talking about having experience, in IT distract you. IT is not like that. It's about what you know. It's about how you can present yourself. And, you have people that are going to help you to learn and also people that are going to prepare you for interviews. So that's all you can ask for. So with that, I'm very much, and with your own hard work and consistency, trust me, you're gonna get something. IT it's so wide and there's so many opportunity out there for everybody.
So Okiki, so it means I think, do you think that people who are in audience who are really trying their best will they be able to find the job? I think so.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
for me, I believe, based on my own experience, right? And if you do the right thing, because at the end of the day, you are not speaking with people that don't know what they are talking about when it comes to interviews, right? But most important thing is once you actually diligently do this, you are going to get a job, regardless, right? So approach to it is that try as much as possible to learn it and understand the basics. If you have questions in your classes, ask your tutor. Don't be shy to ask questions. Don't be shy to express yourself, because at the end of everything, there's difference between knowing and talking about what you know. So from your class, you really need to start talking about, having conversation with people, try to, and connect with other people as well. Talk about your issues, talk about what you know, talk about what you don't know. And with that, it becomes easy for you in interviews, because you are going to have conversation. They're going to ask you questions. And sometimes some questions are not asked directly about, okay, what is this? What is that? Scenario. And if project, the way Thinkcloudly actually encourages you to do, it will be easy to talk about the process that you've done, because at the end of the
Yeah, Okiki, I think your voice is started breaking again, but I think like we
yeah.
like yeah, I think we should move to the next part. But thank you so much, Okiki. I'm so sorry. We're just running out of time. And your voice is starting cracking bit little bit. So I think all of you have got the gist what Okiki want to share with all of us over here, right? Okiki was like comes from a background of real estate, and getting a job in IT was not was not easy for him as well. It's not that it was easy for him, right? So it is really important that we build our skills. We really do a lot of things. And what he just said about the consistency and the plan, that is something which is the key takeaway from Okiki's experience and exposure on the interviews. So thank you so much, Okiki. I think, guys, can we say, all the best to Okiki, that what he actually did with, with himself, that he could able to find a job. So you guys can feel free to and say all the best to him if you want to say. All the best, Okiki, and let us know if you need any help on the job so that we can provide some job support as well. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Okay. Yeah, so now let's move back to our session. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be talking to you again, maybe one to one. And then we'll just talk about a little more. Okay, so we were talking about, let's move to the main session now, and let's talk about the 5 strategies, what we need to plan, what we need to do, when it comes to, finding a good position in IT. Okay, so the first important thing, what everyone, uh, one second. Yeah, the very first thing what we have to do is identify the skills. Okay, so let me ask this question from everyone. Have you already identified your skill? Have you already identified the skill you want to focus on in next 2 or 3 months? How many of you have identified that I'm going to focus on cybersecurity? I'm going to focus on data analyst. I'm going to focus on cloud. I'm going to focus on ServiceNow. So can everyone tell me, please guys, let's make this session the most interactive session. So it really helps me that there are some people who are listening and getting something. Yes. So the first thing what we have done is basically identified the skill. Okay, that is one thing what everyone has to do. The real thing is to identify the skill. But I know that identifying skill is not a big problem. If you talk to a lot of people, they will have different opinion. You will go to one party, you will meet a friend, and he will tell you, hey, focus on cloud. And then the next day you meet another guy and he says, hey, focus on cybersecurity, right? But that's not a right thing, because people will have their own opinion. It's a decision what everyone has to make themselves, that okay, if I am choosing project management from myself, I'm going to stick to it. Okay, because every IT field has a demand. If someone says that IT auditing has more demand than project management, that is not right. Project management has its own demand, IT auditing has its own demand, because for me, I just need that one job. So I just need to find my one open position for myself. So I'm not competing with entire world. If I am preparing for project management, I am just competing with project managers to get that one job. So skill identification is one important thing. And I'm sure that many of you have done that, right? I can see some answers in the chat as well, that many of them have done the skill identification already, that I have to become a project manager or I have to become an IT auditor. But now there is a little problem. Skill identification has a little problem, or a small problem. Can anyone tell me, like, what is that? What is that problem? Can anyone tell me what is that real problem? You can use the chat window. Skill identification has a problem. I mean, I can assure you that if we are here almost 150 people, out of 150, 140 people are in the problem right now. What is that one problem? Skill identification is one thing, but that has one problem. The one problem is that you are not connecting the dots. Okay, what does it mean? Let's say if you are learning PM, you need to identify the other relatable skills. That is very important. What people think that I will attend the training of 3 months or 2 months and I'm going to get a job. But it is not like a magic. If it is that easy, then I think the whole world can do it, right? Everyone will be in IT. But that is not possible, right? You cannot just expect that if I am paying $1,000, I'll be able to start making $100,000. That is not possible. What you have to do is you have to list down all the relatable skills. And now I know that all the relatable skills are not possible to master. You cannot master all of them, right? You can master project management, let's say, and you can identify other skills. Like you can say Scrum Master is one skill, or you can say Jira is one skill, right? Or you can say Visio is one skill. So what you have done, you have identified all all the skills, all the relatable skills. But now you cannot master all of them because you have a limited time, right? You have a very limited time, so you cannot master all of them. So what can you do? What can you do? So you have to at least, just a moment, guys. I'm sorry. Just a moment, everyone. Yeah, sorry. So you just have to have some idea about everything. Okay. So that is very important. I know that in a limited period of time, as per our plan, we will learn in 3 months, we will be able to learn project management. But your relatable skills, if you cannot attend the full program, at least have some idea. Watch some YouTube videos. Okay. Try to read some blogs available on the internet, but make sure that you should know at least what Jira does. It is not important that you know how Jira works, but at least you should know or you should be aware of what Jira does. What does Visio do? If you're going to have an idea about the relatable skills, that is really going to be helpful. So what everyone has to do, first of all, you have to identify the skill. And I'm sure that everyone who is here right now has already identified the skill, and that's why you are attending the training with us, right? But after that, start connecting a roadmap, that what you need to do next. What you need to do next. I know that learning Scrum Master within 3 months may not be possible because you're already attending project management training, but at least read something about it. At least ask your mentor about it, right? You're attending the training every day with our mentor, with our trainers, with our instructors, right? At least ask them, get at least some idea about it. So getting idea is really important. Let's say if I ask many of you what is Visio, so some of you might not even know what is Visio. So if you read about Visio, you will be able to know, okay, it's a tool where you can create some flow diagrams. So having an idea is also very important, because when you step into an interview, you should not look as if you don't know anything. Are you getting my point? So having at least some idea is very important. So first step is identify your skill. And the second one is at least have some idea. For example, cybersecurity. Can anyone tell me what are the relatable skills of cybersecurity? Can anyone tell me what are the relatable skill of cybersecurity? So for cybersecurity, you can go into networking, you can go into Linux, you can go into some SOC tools, right? So now you have 3 months of deadline of landing a job. Your timeline says that within 3 months, I have to land a job. But it is not possible. It is not possible that you master all the skills in depth, because each skill can take up to 3 months and you cannot go in depth. But how still I'll be able to land a job in 3 months? That is only possible that you keep your focus completely on cybersecurity, but at least keep gaining some idea about these things as well. How? By listening to podcast. There are several podcasts available on Spotify. Then second, read the blogs. When you are traveling, when you are dedicating some time to your studies, make sure you read blogs. Or the quickest way to know something is to watch a YouTube video, right? I don't want you to basically go and explore some random things. You can ask your instructor as well to provide such resources, so this will really help. So how many of you agree that this is an important step, or you can say this is an important strategy to get ready for the job? How many of you agree with me that this is really important? Let's see how many of you are there. Yeah. So make sure that you guys are preparing a plan, reaching out to your mentor or reaching out to your instructor, asking for more resources. Make sure that everyone has the relatable plan with all of you. If you're learning IT auditing, right? So what comes next? Maybe the risk management framework, RMF, maybe the PCI DSS, right? So it's not possible that you master everything within those 3 months, but you can have some relatable idea about it, like the general idea about it, so that if someone says something about PCI DSS, you're not completely lost about it. You're able to talk about it. Okay, so that's number one important thing. Some students, what they do, they just keep focusing on their training, and after the training, they think they're fully ready. But industry is moving at a fast pace. They expect you to know more. Okay. The you know, second thing is that you have to do a research. Okay. And everyone has to do this research. Okay. Uh, so what you have to do is, let's say, do we have people over here who is actually learning business analyst right now? Anyone who aspires to become business analyst, or anyone who aspire to become project manager, or anyone? So guys, basically what happens, right? The strategy remains same for everyone over here. Okay. Whether you are going for cybersecurity project manager role with data analyst or business analyst, the strategy remains same for everyone. And what is that? What does that strategy say? That strategy says that explore at least at least 20 profiles. Okay. When I say profiles, it's nothing but job posting, job posting on LinkedIn. So go search project manager and go at least on 20 profiles. Open those profile. Open those profile. First, try to find out the common skills. What you find out. Let's say you open these 20 profiles and try to identify the common skills. Let's say that you found that there is one skill which is common in all the applications. Make sure you keep it on the priority 1. Set the priority that I am going to learn this skill first. Then create the second priority. So what you have to do is you have to open 20 different profiles and see what are the highly searched keywords or high demand keywords. If you are able to open this job posting on LinkedIn, you just have to search a job on LinkedIn. That's all. There will be 20 jobs which will populate in front of you. So just try to identify which is that most common skill, and that most common skill will become your priority 1. Okay. Then identify which is the second most common skill. Maybe there is one skill which is common only in 3 profiles or 3 job posting. So make sure you're keeping it on the second priority. So create a list of skills, okay, and keep them on priority and read about it. Read about it on internet, read about it through blogs, YouTube videos, podcast, ask your instructors about it. Okay. So, but this research has to be done by you, because if I do this research for you and I give you 20 skills, right, it may not be so helpful. You may not be able to understand it. This particular research has to be done by you. Okay. So make sure you open 20 profiles. Maybe for cybersecurity, open 20 different profiles. Start marking the skills, what are common in everyone. And when the skills are common, make it a priority, so that add it into your priority list and read about it. Read about that skill every day. Does that make sense, everyone? Who agrees with me that this is going to be helpful? Do we have people over here who is going to do this practice? I'm not making up this story myself. This is something what I have collected from many students who do it. This is what I have collected from experts. This is what I have done in my past as well. So are you sure that you guys are going to follow this strategy? Everyone, are you going to do this? Are you going to prepare a list of, are you guys going to prepare a list of top priority skills which are common in all the job posting? Can everyone tell me the process? Let me write down the process for everyone again. First, open 20 job posting. Okay. Second step is identify common skill. Okay. And the third one is add that skill in your priority list. This task can take up to 1 hour, okay, or 2 hours. But trust me, this 1-2 hours is going to help you plan your next strategy. You know, it's going to be not strategy, but it will help you to practice. It will help you to upskill yourself in a right way. Generally, what people do, there's a guy who was talking to me like a couple of days ago. And I'll give you one example, it is too funny. And I'm sure that you guys will also find it funny who knows this. So he first inquired about AI. He said, I want to do AI because I read somewhere that AI is connected with AWS. I want to do course on AWS as well because AWS is connected with cybersecurity. So I want to do cybersecurity as well. And then I want to do, because cybersecurity is connected with networking. So I want to do another course on networking. So I want to purchase all these programs. And I was like, please wait. It's not going to work like that. You're trying to, you're all over the place. You see yourself, you're all over the place. You're trying to get into AI. You're trying to get into cloud. You're trying to get into cloud security. You're trying to get into networking. What are you doing? You're just trying to be all over the place. It's just because he has not done this particular homework, what I'm talking about. If he might have done the relatable skill homework, then he might not have asked me that I want to do AI, AWS, CS, everything. He was asking like 10 different programs to me, and he was so confused. So what do you think? Was he right? Was he actually doing right by signing up with 4 different programs? What do you think, everyone? Or should he first focus on doing this homework where he create the list of skills, what are interrelatable skills, and focus on them one by one, right? So that's important. So definitely focusing on one skill is important. Focus on one skill is important. But yes, simultaneously keep reading about others. Not necessarily you have to attend the training if you don't have time in your day, but at least keep reading blogs, keep watching videos, because when you walk in the interview next time, you should not sound that you do not have the background about other things. Having background about other things actually helps you to connect the dots. Are you getting my point, everyone? Are you enjoying the session till here? Please tell me so that I can move forward to the next part. I see only 5-6 responses. What about others? Please, guys, I just need nod from everyone, at least, at least to know that you guys are listening to me. Okay, great. Definitely, I need the answers from everyone. See, I just want to share something what can really help you to plan, strategize, and execute. This is something what I really want for everyone, because I know if one of you will get the job, Thinkcloudly will get 10 students. And I know I'm very greedy about it. Yeah, amazing. So now there is one thing what I wanted to talk to everyone over here, that, a lot of people, they come to me and say that, Naman, what should I do? Which certification should I do? And honestly, a lot of people, they don't even have an idea, because IT have almost hundreds of certifications right now. And picking the right one is becoming a challenge, because let's say if someone says that, I am in UK and I'm in UK and I want to do project management. So which certification would you suggest? If the guy wants to do project management, which certification would you suggest? Everyone, this is a question for everyone. There's a guy who lives in UK and wants to do project management. So which certification would you suggest? Is it PMP? Okay. Now the answer is very difficult. It can be PMP or it can be Prince 2. Are you getting my point? It can be Prince 2 as well. It can be PMP as well, right? So now this information is very difficult to get. And that's why people are very confused about it. It's very important that you connect with your mentor. And I know that I am, for some of you, at least I am your mentor, right? You guys can always connect with me. So deciding that which certification is the right certification, right? It's very important. So let's make sure that we are picking up the right certification. And at Thinkcloudly, we recommend that at least have 6 important certifications, you know. So make sure that you guys are going to plan your certification. Not 6 probably, but at least 4 or 5 certifications are quite important to have. And I have always discussed with a lot of students that why it is important to have the certifications. How many of you still think that certification is not important? Do we have anyone who thinks certification is not important? Anyone? See, there are 3 things. Okay. There are 3 things what everyone has to remember when it comes to certifications. Okay. The number one is, I'll give you the scenarios, and I have talked about it even in our past webinars. The certification helps you to get your profile shortlisted. If your resume is not being shortlisted, one reason can be that you have less certifications. Okay. So, or you don't have the right certification on your resume. Because nowadays, even I am connected, even my team is connected with a lot of recruiters. They ask for certifications. So getting yourself shortlisted, it's very important that you have your resume filled with certifications. The second reason, it helps in final round. If you are in a final round and there are 4 people in the final round and others have more certifications than you, then it may happen that they will pick others, not you. So in final round, certification can be really important. Okay. And the third important thing is that every organization wants to display that the employees are certified to the clients. Because if the employees of the organizations are certified, clients will trust the organization more. So that is why these are the 3 benefits what we have seen in the past, which have helped the students. So make sure that you get the right certifications, add more and more certifications on your resume. So let's say if you go for project management role, then you should add PMP, you should add Prince 2, okay? You should add Scrum Master. After that, you can also add CBAP, which is Business Analyst certification. If you're going with cybersecurity, can anyone tell me what are all certifications you can add? Security Plus is the first one. Then Network Plus, you can go. You can go for CISSP. Okay. You can go for networking certifications like CCNA, right? You can go for CEH, which is Certified Ethical Hacking. So there are like bunch of certifications what you can do in that particular field. Okay. So not if it is too expensive to do 6 certifications, I know it is too expensive to do 6 certifications sometimes, but at least have 3 or 4 certifications added to your profile, because that will eventually help you to get shortlisted by the recruiters. Do you agree with me that having certifications can really help you? Everyone, please be interactive in the session. I see only 2-3 responses. What do you think? Do you think that it is going to be very helpful? Like if you have, more than 2 or 3 certifications, it's really helpful, everyone. Trust me, because our main goal is to attend as many interviews as possible. Okay, as many interviews as possible. Okay, so make sure that you attend as many interviews as possible, because most of the students who have landed the job, what they gave me one important insight, which I would like to share with all of you. They said, I went for 10 interviews and I could able to get one job. They said, I went for 15 interviews, I got one job. I went for 5 interviews, I got one job. So if you see something common over here is that they went for multiple interviews. And if they're going for multiple interviews, it means their chances of getting selected is increasing, because every interview is giving the question sets to practice next time, for the next time. So if you're able to attend 20 interviews, I don't think so that landing a job will become an issue again. Even if I start going for interview, if I start looking for a job and I start giving interviews, I'm sure that first or second interview, I will fail, because I don't know what are the questions they will ask, right? So it is quite important that you increase the number of interviews. And how do you increase the interviews? When your profile gets shortlisted. And how does the profile get shortlisted? Can anyone tell me? How does your profile will get shortlisted? How will your profile get shortlisted? Everyone, can anyone tell me, please, real quick? By doing a lot of certifications, by adding a lot of certifications on your profile. One important thing what I would like to highlight over here is that upgrading your skills is important, but make sure that you dedicate 2 hours of your day every day, at least 2 hours a day. You have to, uh, you know, is invest at your end. If you think you cannot invest 2 hours, then dedicate your weekends. Okay, that is quite important, because people, they attend the training and then even still they feel that we are not able to find a job, we are not able to build the skills. There is only one problem. There is only one problem, that you have invested lesser time than expected. So promise yourself that I'm going to dedicate at least 2 hours of my day, apart from the training you're attending, at least offer 2 hours a day. I know it's quite difficult in a running life, but try to find out that time either within on the weekends or a day, but 2 hours is a consistent effort. You have to set an alarm. You have to find out a time when your kids, they don't disturb you, when your spouse doesn't disturb you, or when you don't have any work. Identify that time window in your day. It can be distributed. You can do 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, right? That is also okay. But at least dedicate 2 hours a day. I know that people who have joined the classes, people who have joined this webinar and listening to me, I'm sure that all of you wants to find a job in IT, and some of you have already landed a job. So for everyone, it is important that IT is a fast growing space where you have to keep yourself up to date always. And to keep yourself up to date is you have to dedicate 2 hours of learning every day. Okay. So make sure that you find out those 2 hours, 1 hour probably in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or the 2 hours directly in the evening itself or morning itself, so that you guys are able to go over the blogs or videos, or you can go over some book or notes. Okay. And the last thing, what I want to share with everyone, which I think is important. And let me ask you this question. How many of you have joined social media technology groups? Do we have anyone who is part of at least 10 technology groups on LinkedIn or Facebook? How many of you are part of at least 10 social media groups? Tell me only if you have done that. Just don't say yes just to say, just for sake of saying, but this is certainly important. Make sure that you join at least 50 groups on social media. 50 groups. You can find bunch of LinkedIn groups, on your area. For example, you want to become project manager or IT auditor, you can find many groups on LinkedIn, because the resources what they share on those groups are really invaluable. You will not find it. The experts are sharing those valuable inputs. If you're part of AWS group, you will always see that they're sharing architecture diagrams, they're sharing notes, they're sharing a lot of things. So your profile, your LinkedIn profile is not filled up with garbage, with useless post. That is only filled up with right resources. So when you look at the resources, everything will start making sense, right? So the last strategy, the last tip for everyone is that join 50 technology groups on social media, because I'm telling you, if you go to LinkedIn, if you go to Facebook, not the Instagram, probably Instagram is not a platform to learn, but Facebook and LinkedIn are the two good platforms where you can find the like-minded people, the people who have the same aspirations. Where if you post, let's say you need a job and you post something on that, and there are 20,000 people in the group, they may reach out to you for a job. There are very high chances. So join as many groups as possible, because if you join the groups, you will collect the right resources, you will connect with the right people. And when you need a job and when you post a job, there are high chances that recruiter will reach out. Does that make sense, everyone? Do you think this is one of the key point for all of us? How many of you think this is really something what we should do? Guys, this is the last thing from my end. I need all the yeses, as many yeses possible. Okay, great. Yeah, so make sure you do it. Keep it in your checklist. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the session. I tried my best, everyone, to give you as much tips as possible, because this strategy has worked for others. So I hope everyone enjoyed the session. I will definitely try to come up with some more important things. So over to you, Diksha. I'm done. Thank you everyone for listening to me patiently. I just saw that everyone has listened to me properly. Okay, just capture all the notes. Okay. So we do these sessions every alternate Saturdays. Come and join us. I promise you, come and join us. You will gain something important. Okay. Thank you everyone for having me here. Over to you, Diksha. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Naman, for sharing such valuable insights and tips with our audience. I hope everyone felt it very influencing. Okay, so now let's move further. So let's talk about the policy here in Think Loudly. So in Think Loudly, we have a policy: refer a friend and earn $100. So if you have any of your friend or anyone who's interested to enroll in any of our service, whether it's certification assistance or job marketing services, or either someone is looking for training, we can help you with all such services. And if you're referring someone, so you'll be getting $100 as a cashback. So the more individual you will refer, so for each and every individual, you'll be getting $100. So if someone have anyone of your known, whether it's your friend, your relative, anyone, so you can let us know about it, so that that person gets enrolled with us and you'll get $100 as a cashback. All right. So now gear up yourself, because now we are moving towards the quiz session. So before I tell the rules, first I want you all to let you know how to join this quiz. So we have two ways to join this quiz session. Either you can just join through this QR code by scanning this QR code, or we have already shared the link in the chat box. You can just click on that link, and also you can just click on that link and you can just join through this link. And now let me talk about the rules. So you'll be getting 5 questions in this quiz, and 20 seconds will be the time for each question. And you won't be able to change the answer once it's marked. So do mark the answers very carefully and precisely. And the first winner will be getting 50% off on the course voucher. So hurry up, everyone. Before we start with the quiz, we wanted everyone should join it and no one should miss this opportunity. So the link is already given in the chat box, or you can just scan the QR code. All right, so now we have got our winner for today's quiz session. So we have Abby Tolushe. So Abby, really we really congratulate you. So he's a winner of today's quiz session. So you can provide your name, your email address, or number in the chat box to her so that our team can reach out to you, and you can claim this course 50% off on the course voucher. And everyone, please congratulate Abby in the chat box. All right, so now let's talk about the certification. So the one who have attended this webinar today, you will be getting certificate of participating in this webinar. So we're going to provide you the link in the chat box. So once you click on that link, you'll find a Google form and you can fill all this information, and then you'll receive the certification of participating in the webinar in 1 or 2 working days. And also, if you want to watch the webinar sessions of the webinar sessions, the earliest one or the new one, we'll upload the new video on our YouTube handle in 2 or 3 days. But if you want to see the early videos, so you can subscribe to our channel, you can see all the webinar session videos. So you can just type Thinkcloudly, and also the link is given. So the webinar recordings will be uploaded on our YouTube handle. You can watch them. Even the earlier ones are also available there. And also you can follow our Instagram handle. You can reach out to us on WhatsApp. You can check our website if you have further queries regarding any IT program. And if you have any sort of question or any sort of doubt that we were not able to answer it to you, so please let us know in the chat box so that we can answer it to you. And the link is provided for the Google form for getting the certification in the chat box. So you can just click on the link which is given in the chat box right now. You can just click on that. You can fill the information and you can claim the certificate. So anyone, if you have any sort of questions or anything that you want to ask us, so please feel free to chat in the chat box. We would love to answer all the questions. And if anyone has any of your friend or relative is interested to enroll in any of our program or want to go for any of the services, so you can let us know regarding that. You can earn $100 as a cashback. All right, so thank you so much everyone for joining us today's webinar session. I hope everyone liked the session today and even learned a lot of new things which Naman told you with a lot of really good, valuable insights and tips. I hope that that helped everyone.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.